right, guys, welcome back to the IMAX's YouTube channel. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna continue where we left off because I never finished a few things on the listing. So make sure to tune in for that side. Leave your thoughts in the comment section after as well. All right, yes. And then we're going to be talking about some shocking reports, something that's sent to my phone. We have to have some discussion on that one as well. All right. So this is the second part as to what we said. Once you smash the like button, once you put it over the 200, we would be back. So this is my late night, because after this 2 hours, I have to go and do the girls football. I think I'm going to miss an hour out of it because I said I'm going to give it the 2 hours. All right. Yes. And I will try and get people on the panel. Joe Grind already here. Massive respect, Joe Grind. Hope all is well with you and your family. All right, let me add it to the screen right there. Then we have Sheridan. So I had made some slight errors there, obviously. Earlier, a lot of people said about they never watched out the rest of the video, so they never saw that I made the correction after Chevron said that it was a next page. Yes, United States has 60 players on the list. Jamaica does not have 60 players. The rule states that you can have from 23 up until 60. So it's not mandated that you must have 60 on it. All right. And that is very good because that will lead us into our next conversation. All right. That will lead us in our next conversation. And I'm loving the fact that everything is kind of rearing its head. All right. Yes. So that is the good thing. Everything is rearing its head. All right. So let me just get the Jamaican list right here. So this is the Jamaican list on the screen. So hope you can see it. All right. I will go through the both pages again. All right. I can't believe I had to make the third video on the same topic. It's ridiculous. Sheridan, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Joseph, big up yourself. Shavar on the panel. Massive respect. Then RJ say why pre? What them late night stream? No, it's 8 o'clock now, and I said I was coming back, so I'm just doing it earlier than before. Or than expected, I should say. Patrick Greenwood, big up yourself. Greetings from Suriname. Yes, Lorenzo, I should do the Suriname video as well. It's coming. Just give me until tomorrow and it will be out. All right. Then we have Arthur Love, big up yourself. Massive respect. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. All right. Hope all is well. Let me share it and make sure people know that we are in the building. All right. Yeah, man. All right. So, and it's Friday, you know the thing go. We just give you the late night one, but this is enough. I know it's like 12 o'clock for you guys. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. You are getting what you deserve. So smash up the like button, share, and subscribe. As you know, the thing go. All right. Yes, let me just share it right here. So we have a few topics to touch, just to clear some points. All right, just to clear some points. All right, the first one is Mikel Antonio. Mikel Antonio did have a video on Filthy Fellas. He made a few statements that got him into hot water. Right around the world, it got him into hot water. With Richarlison, which is one of my next player. But obviously, when it comes down to Big Miko, for me, Mikel Antonio comes first before Richarlison. You understand me? Mikel Antonio, let me explain to you what I get from him. I don't know if this is how he truly stays. I just think he's a genuine person that say it as it is. Does not go around corner. So he talked about Skamaka. People said he could get his team into trouble based on the fact that he's saying that Skamaka just doesn't have the dog in him. You understand me? So England running with that. Then he said something about Richarlison taking off his shirts every single time, and he barely scored a goal. So him and Richarlison kicked off right there. But that was not even the last story. He said something again that brought him back to the Jamaican side. I had shared it a long time. I never took it personal. Because he said something, but sometimes people could be taken out of context, right? And we're going to keep it right there with the context thing as well. And that's why we try to listen as long as possible so we don't have to take anybody out of context. So for the one now, in terms of Jamaica, what happened? What happened with the Jamaican side? What happened with the Jamaican side, guys? Is that he talked a little bit on the Reggae Boy side, because he was talking about the Manchester City and how much goals, like in other teams, how much he would have scored and everything, and then it comes on to the Reggae Boy side, and like Ravel Morrison came up and he made a statement on as to what the type of personality Ravel is. People tend to might not like him. All right, because the way he comes off, and if you're a type of human being, it easy will give you that belief to you're not liking him, rather than they never liked him, and even Jamaicans have all sorts of problems. It was nothing of that sort. It was not that way. You understand me? He was just trying to explain to you the type of person Ravel is and how hard it is to deal with him, and the type of persons Jamaican persons are. That's how he was trying to word it, and I thought it was very clear. So when persons send me the clip, I'm saying, oh, no, 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 the guy never meant nothing like that. It was very clear as to what the guy meant right there. So let me know if you have listened to it and how you interpret what he had said there. He was never trying to send any more fuel to Jamaica side or no other side. Mikel Antonio and majority of these people, that's why you need to go places and learn about other persons, and then you tend to can actually realize how others are, and then you could accept them. When you're stuck in your box, you can't really understand nobody else other than your own, and then you tend to just live that way. So I don't think people like that is the right persons to actually analyze people. You get me? Yes. But let me big up Artelov, big up yourself. And guys, as you come in, make sure to hit the like button. 55 people here, get it to 55. That's the only way other persons will get notification, and then we get into our next phase. After a certain point, I will drop the link and people can come on and have the conversation and all of the points that we talked on, because that is important. All right, yes. JD, brother from another mother, bless up. Yeah, man. Artelov, me still a figure you know, because I am coming there one time, big boss. All right, you know me have to keep low profile because you know the thing go. Island card, big up yourself. Is the list positive or not? Because I can't take the stress anymore. We're gonna get it. Just hold on. All right, smash the like button, share, and subscribe. You know where the vibe goes. All right, yeah, man. Football Global, bless up, JD. What happened now? We're going through all of it. It's like once I do come here, you guys want me to finish everything in 10 minutes. All right, so I'm the one that always stays on facts, and then you guys want me to finish in 10 minutes. That's how fast you want to get rid of me? All right, so you know what? I'm going to do a 30-minute show then. 30-minute show since you guys rushing it. So get the likes to 60, and I just do my 30-minute show and leave. All right. Bless up, Damian. How you doing, man? Massive respect. JD, where can I watch it? On the Filthy Fellas podcast. All right, Filthy Fellas podcast, and then you go on BBC and watch him. Because even though you're not from somewhere, if you do due diligence, you tend to could learn. You understand me? Yes, and that's what I'm telling people. Just research more rather than just say things. All right, because sometimes you might believe that you're solving something and you're creating more divides. Sometimes you understand me. Kevin, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. He said he's a fan of Lord Ravel. Yeah, man. A lot of people is a fan of Lord Ravel, man. Great interview by Antonio. And I rate the panel. They have very comedic and also knowledgeable. But it's been a long time. They have other Jamaicans on it because Poet is also a Jamaican. I've been watching that from over the years. Maybe that's where I get my YouTubing skills from. Yes. So they are not Filthy Fella, but Poet and those guys. They have been around a long time. Yes. Antonio saying enough Yardman don't like Ravel of his attitude. That wasn't necessary, no matter how a man might want to say it. That wasn't necessary, no matter how a man want to say it. Okay, so Daniel, all right, okay. Daniel, but you're not realizing, you're not picking up other things out of it, Daniel. And I love that point that Daniel come from it. No matter what man wants to say it, that him say. All right, no problem. You're a Jamaican, Daniel. Put Jamaican in it as well, and a man not born in Jamaica. And they're trying to decipher what Jamaicans are. And that's what the guy was trying to do there, to explain to people what the type of persons Jamaicans are, compared to what Ravel is. And oh, it's a kryptonite to cause maybe people not liking your vibes. Simple. All right. Truth. Big up, Chris, big up yourself. The panelists phrased the question like, why Ravel? Yardman don't like Ravel. Thank you very much. So, other persons, Daniel, make sure you make a second comment. All right, because you came with one statement and just run off. All right. Tony is a real G. He was asked a question and he handled it well. All right. So everyone is okay with it. Hurry up, JD. Yes, hurry up. All right. So let me just go through the rest of the stories that we wanted to clear up to make sure people get it accurate. All right. So for the Jamaican side, Jamaica does not have 60 players. They have 50 players. Yes, 50 players. We're going to go through it. And the United States has 60 players. The mandated amount is from 23 up to 60. We had talked about it earlier and it still stays the same in terms of the Gold Cup 2023. But once you list the amount that you want on the provisional list, you cannot go back. You cannot go back none at all. All right, you cannot go back none at all. You have to just literally work with what you do have. So it's always good for you to list maybe more than the 23. So if you know that you have players that you can count on, and worst off, they are not playing games, they would tend to not be injured. All right, so you could name the 27, 29, 30 if you know that when you call on them, they're going to turn up and they're not going to be injured because there is no game. People like Mikel Antonio and Jamaicans that's going further in competitions tend to have longer game. Mikel Antonio still have games in 4 or 5 days time. So that's the quality of players that we do have. All right, that's going to lead to our next conversation still. All right, that's the quality of players that we do have. All right, yes, so that's how it sets now. So 50 players, we're going to go through that. 60 for America. We did that and we did our ratings. We broke it down to 23 players at the time. So we're going to have the 23 players on the discussion panel. All right, yes. Most people always say Ravel is so good and he tend to embarrass people with the ball in training. From your solid man back to back, they may not like you. Thank you very much. Big up Antonio. JD, anything on Reese? No, we haven't gotten anything on Reese. And to my knowledge, I haven't gotten any thing to say that he has said he's committed to Jamaica. All right, yes. Big up Jason Guna. I am going to drop the link. I will try to manage the show properly. I will drop the link at the time so people can come on and give their take, but I'm going to go through the next side now. So a guy sent me something, but as you know, because I'm not Jamaican, I tend to not. Okay, Daniel said, I get your point. I don't think it was necessary to say. Same way he mentioned and Skamaka. Yeah, I think the Skamaka part, but you saw that he gave Skamaka ultimate respect. But Daniel, it was not Skamaka he was disrespecting, you know. He was saying Skamaka is so good and big, but he doesn't have that type of style like Mikel Antonio to play people in. He's a technical player, but the coach does not fit his style. So that's why you're not seeing the best out of Skamaka. So it's not like, oh, Skamaka not good. He told you that Skamaka had better touches than himself. But he cannot play in a system from Mr. Moyes, because Moyes play and his midfield third and his attacking his defensive third and his midfield third is so further away from his attacking third. You have to have the physicality, the dog, the robustness, the combat to be active in duels. And nobody in world football is as good as Mikel Antonio in duels. Skamaka comes nowhere near to him. So he's telling you that Skamaka is better than him technically and can finish. But when it comes on to the dogged to hold the ball up because of the style that the dinosaur coach has, he gets chosen over him because it works for him. He makes others flourish in the system. That's what he was trying to say, you know. He just never put it in the additional words. But others that goes on football studies know what he was talking about. And he's accurate. It was not a disrespect to Skamaka. It was a dig to the coach's style. All right? Yes. And if you listened well, you knew it was a dig to the coach style. You get me? Yes. So sometimes people say things, and maybe the tone that they said it in, people start to think of it completely different. You understand me? And I totally understand. I totally understand. You get me? Yeah, but he never meant to diss him, and even some English media took it completely out of context and thought he was disrespecting his teammate, and no, he couldn't have done this before the time. You get me? Yeah, but he meant nothing like that. All right. Yes. Ravel is a bad apple anywhere he goes. Stop the cap. Okay, what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying. Who you're fighting with in the chat now? Jamaican Kuna. The link is there, you know. So you say what you want to say. But make sure you hold the same stance everywhere you go. You. All right. Blessings, JD. This Ravel saga is a non-issue and was blown out of proportion. Ravel is the boss. All right, let me move on from the Ravel thing because I thought I made my statement. Dr. Year, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive, massive respect. No, man, I know he was praising him, but as a player, I just think you should leave certain things alone. All right, Daniel, no problem. He never dealt with the situation good. That is true. That is true. But if Daniel, I think you don't know who he is. Because the last time when Jamaica, he came to Jamaica and they gave the track and field persons the preference, he came out and blasted the Jamaican governments. And they deleted his thing and he posted it again and said he had things to talk and he wants to talk. So I think he's just a person that is straightforward and he wants to be heard. You get me? So if he phrased it wrong, no problem. Jamaican Guinea can come on and war. We have no problem. We have no problem. You can come on and war. You get me? Hopefully you can war with your supporting cast and we love pick up for. All right? Because they're gonna get smoked out now. So, anyways, let me move on to what you guys came here. Yeah, man, no problem. I'm Daniel, and the link is right there. So if you want to come on, you no problem. All right, no problem. All right, yes. But a lot of your players, them are troublemakers, Jamaican Guna, and you still pick up for them. All right, yes. No, we are going to stay organized and educated. We are not going to go over the top. But I will war with him respectfully. All right, yes. So, anyways, we have 98 in the house. Get the likes up, guys, to 98 because they said I should finish in 30 minutes. They don't want to hear me 2 hours. All right, 98 and done. All right. Oh my God. So, anyways, this is a next one that pose some problems, that definitely pose some problems, guys, which I want to chop up. All right, which I want to chop up. This was something now, since as all I love you guys took the stance when it's a man overseas now. No, it's gonna be a man locally. And I prefer not to I'm going to just paraphrase it. You get me? Paraphrase it better. All right. We have to be very careful. I had said something a long time ago, and I said, I am from Jamaica. I was born in Jamaica. And the route that we're taking today, I know that I'm a Jamaican, comes from the trenches. People like us can't be tamed. Once we are not getting what we want outside, it's going to be a lot of problems. All right? It's going to be a lot of problems. Worst off, it doesn't benefit us immediately because it's important immediately. You get me? We can't wait. No, nothing. So, anyways, no. This listing that was posted right here. Remember, you have Carvel Stewart and those guys. They have voiced their opinion. And I always came here and told you guys that, you know, the way how you change Jamaica football from this point, because of the gift that Jamaica has right at their disposal, is to not hire one more damn Jamaican. You remember, guys, I told you that, right? So, anyways, now, after this list dropped, it looks like it shaked up Jamaica. So even though we know in our own spaces, being overseas and want to make sure we support the team and adding our insights towards helping towards Jamaica, because it doesn't matter what people saying. We do help this, because if it weren't for we here, nobody wouldn't depend on YouTube. YouTube wouldn't be nice for them if they couldn't benefit off it, or they couldn't sell their narratives and stuff. So we make this. We make this. So we make Jamaica relevant in a football right now on the internet. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. All right. Yes, we make that possible. All right. So let me get to the point now. So, anyways, one more person's came out and stood up strong, and they pretty much complained about why are we seeking these guys. It doesn't matter how much he tried to explain it. It doesn't matter how much he tried to explain himself. And I respect him. He has balls. He has balls. He said it as it is. That's what he means, and he's not going to change around from it. You get me? So his stance is, we should not be depending on these overseas guys. Period. He doesn't want anything else. That's what he means. Doesn't want to rely on these overseas guys, and we should be growing our players to the level. All right, to the level. All right. So we have talked about this every single time and explained it to the highest height. So I don't know if it's the lack of education in this field made him made that statement. But he's in a footballing field, so you can't have lack of education in this field if you are one of the main personnels running the field. That shows me that maybe this is a part of the problem. So this is a part of the problem. That's why I've always said I don't believe in this thing of people come, they have money, and then you give them the position without the education on the actual project. Not because you can be an accountant and you can deal with money, it means you're going to be a good football person around something. So are you okay with that statement of pretty much we should be keeping, or 1998? 1998 is the word. 1998 is the word. Let me use the right word. 1998 is the word. So the cake should always be local guys. Can't be local guys. So the cake should always be local guys, and then we sprinkle some icing on it that come and beg us to play for Jamaica. So that's what he thinks is the way forward. Are you okay with that? Yes or no? We have 100 people in the chat, so let me start with the people first. So are you okay with that, and then we can continue the conversation, because it's coming. I've heard from enough of them. I've heard from more than 25 of them in pole position, and that is exactly how every single one of them think. Don't matter how people try to twist their words, try to con people. That is exactly how the whole of them think. I've heard them more than 2 years and wrote down every single word. Every single one of the coaches, every single one of them, they thinks the same way. They can't fool me. The other day I told you, when I heard Lance make the statement, and I'm saying this guy behave like he has xenophobic tendency because he makes the statements over and over, and people try to twist the narrative because they are friends and it benefits all of them. All of them are wicked and liars. Them only in it for themselves. I've always told you guys that. All right, so let me go to the facts of the matter now. This 50-man squad listed. This 50-man squad listed. Right. This 50-man squad listed, you have a lot of JPL players in it, You get me? And you have a lot of Jamaican Barnes in it. The good thing is you have Jamaican Barnes overseas doing good things. They are doing good things. You understand me? So it makes up the numbers and help it out as well. But without the overseas players, guys, because remember, you are as good as your competition. You're as good as your competition, right? You're as good as your competition. So Jamaica Waterhouse and Cavaliers went to the CCCC to play Violet. Violet never played a football match in 1 billion years. And they went on to beat Cavaliers, beat Waterhouse, and go on to win the competition. So and then qualified and went into the Champions League and did well enough that they create history in that competition. So and then Jamaica, lower tier, Jamaican team Waterhouse went to the lower tier, which is the Concacaf League. And they got blasted out the water 6-0 from Pacific FC. And those were the best and the most consistent teams in Jamaica for the last 6 years. All right? Just trying to show you, the facts, And Pacific don't have no footballer close to the level of world top level footballers. They have better footballers than Jamaica. That is true. But look what it takes. It don't take much to have better footballers than Jamaica. So how long are you going to say, how long your process will take to go in full effect that Jamaica be the greatest thing? Because that was being tried from 1976. And in 1985, De La Pena said, all we do is making excuse. All we do is making excuses. I played the clip from De La Pena. That's what he said. And then 20 years now, 20 years now, 38 years later, we're still using the next excuse, but this time now, we're bad mind. This time, no, we're bad mind. So we are get the people them now, and we don't like the people them. And I've told you that they don't like them. They don't like them because they think that they are blocking their blessings. But what blessings you're blocking? Local guys get into the team every single time. What they do, how much of them really break through? You can't think of one local guy who went in the national team and broke through. They have to go overseas, get the necessary upgrades, and then come back in. And some of them forced in via corruption in the actual federation. And that's why they kept being there. When they saw some of them go overseas, people telling them that they don't have the skill set to play football. So what you have to focus on is just focus on your work. Your work, do your work, and try implement things to get the best out of these kids. Give them the best opportunity. You understand me? I would have gone to what are the importance to get these guys. But me, I don't look at them getting these guys. They are a part of us. They are Jamaicans just the same as any Jamaican walk the earth. Anyone. And that's what that's what the difference is for me. People trying to tolerate them as if like they are different. They are Jamaicans just the same as me and you. They are Jamaicans just the same as me and you. So it's not about, a DNA match and this and that. No, they are Jamaicans, period. So if 1 million of them come tomorrow and 1 million cannot make the national team in Jamaica, that's how it goes. 24 of them going at the team because they are Jamaicans just the same. And that is what my stance on it. So I don't care about you want. Look at it. Those things are disrespectful, and they have always tried to find ways how to disrespect the guys them. Always. And guys can see these things and hear these things because you take one guy that don't want the guy them to play for Jamaica, cut the clip like how they sent it to me and just give it to one of the guys and say it. No care what you think, they don't like with you guys. And the guys them would not want to come back. You understand me? So that is my say on it. I will try and give you all the information right after. You get me? No problem. Jamaican go now. How are you doing?
Bless up, JD. Big up to the family them in that chat. I mean, fellow Guna, Jason Guna, and all that man, the messy pray. And ladies, if any one of them down there, so big up on yourself, man. Blessed day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Smash the like button, guys. Get it up to 2 bills. 2 bills we are aiming for. If for the 2 hours you don't want. Don't tell me 30 minutes. 30 minutes almost done. Jamaica gonna say a word yet. So
all right.
Like button.
Yeah, man. Murder the like button, man. Just book in my head, man. I get it going, man. I could get the conversation going. Cause I'm forward for war.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man.
So
which one you want to start on now? Which one you want to start on?
Hold on. Let's start on yourself first. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. What is the problem, big man?
Yeah, we got the right as an idea. But anyway, for that joke aside, man. I was saying about Ravel in particular. It wasn't
Okay, the Raphael one you want to
Antonio
start
never
on.
said it in a
Okay.
malicious way, in my view.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, him just say, but um, when I look at feedback where you hear, it's not like me don't know about no man that this. Like Ravel is a man with draw card on people and he immerse himself in the culture. He's very Jamaican, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
me don't know
believe
where
so.
that come from as it relates to certain man, but me not think it's football related. Me feel like it's just personality issues. Some man maybe not like the youth personality still, but we know that, as me say, coming from teenagers, come straight up the line. Ravel has been a person who has stirred up trouble anywhere that he has went. I think him not try that something when he reach Jamaica still. Cause him not say it's a different settings. So him not say right is the real thing, but you know him use him Jamaicanness to him benefit when him go other places. You know, some man does say, you know what I mean, a Jamaican say, you know, things I don't play. So I think that is what I mean. But based on what the liquor that I know, I have them say is a vibes man. That's what me get. So Ravel is a vibes man. Them always coming to the camp and build a vibes and draw a card pan them and something. So it's not, so maybe some man take it personally, you know what I mean? But yeah, that is just that. That is, I don't think Antonio said it in a cause I saw the interview. Sometimes people take things out of context. I saw the interview and it never sound like me to say, you know, anything bad about the baller. But
Yeah, man.
what
We clear that. We clear that very easy.
yeah, man.
We never even paid that mind, but because people sent it in and asked me, oh, I looked at
Yeah,
it.
you
So
know, but
normally I'm sure I
this
have to bring
is
it
the
up
thing is not
and chop
JD.
it up,
Some
you know?
people just the same internet that we're on right here having this conversation. It's simple, you know, just go and Google it, bro, and just take a few seconds and look at it and come back and see it for yourself. So it's easy to find evidence when I want to find it, you know, but sometimes people just want to build a narrative.
Yeah.
What I really am here for still is I was on a channel last night. I was there binge listening to a conversation with somebody who calls himself a coach from the local
Oh
contingent.
Lord.
And
And the clip
and
for the unseen I thought no, Lord God.
MC man me attack man.
Oh
Me know when I'm
Lord.
free to call you, no boy can't talk me no mouth that.
No, no,
But me
until
just I
put
say
nobody no more.
me just I say the man says something where is my respect and the weirdest thing is that I didn't me not take it like how some people take it. Me respect say I'm honest enough to come and say I'm really think. You know, and you have to respect a man's honesty. Even when you disagree with it, you have to respect a man's honesty. So, and especially in this day and age, 2023, people are very dishonest. Them talk outside of their mouth. Them talk with them mouth underwater. Them really be honest and upfront. It make you know straight and plain. Say you don't, you know, what he said is, you know, everybody can get the clip and can go look for themselves. There's no difference. You know, JPL ballers are just as good as ballers grew up in England and whatever. But you know, the weirdest thing about that is that um people who scout players for a living, like people who get up in the morning and all they do is look at videos and photos and reviews and of players, they tend to disagree with that, bro. I think those players, they tend to disagree. Usually scouts will flock to places that they think are a hotbed for talent. The Caribbean is not marketed as one of those
not
places.
usually. That's what they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm agreeing with you, but even
right.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see them flooding to Jamaica to look for great talent. That because we have found a hotbed of talent. We have 30, 40 players here that they need to come and look at. I have not seen that. Maybe it's happening and I
Oh
have
no
not,
no
I
oh
have not
no oh,
seen.
no oh, no. Let me add one to it. Only in Phoenix, because I heard that Phoenix
Yeah,
got
yeah.
some
The
of the
coach
players
comes
that
and
can
look at
compete.
Phoenix players, right?
No,
Cool.
but them can compete with even U21s and Chelsea and them places. So Phoenix said that.
Okay.
They said that to the
All
member of
right,
money.
cool.
I don't
So
believe
so
it, but he said
that's
that. You know.
happening, and that's one scope. We're talking about when you had a hotbed of talent. Let's say, for instance, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, in even Togo, and these places where them, you know, really, you know, big baller come from them places. As I was watching a documentary in Morocco since week where they found a hotbed of talent and they found that they threw up a academy and they got funding and it's a great, yeah, we're developing greater. I haven't seen that. Sorry. So people who scout players for a living are not agreeing with what what Unseen said. Because the reality is our talent locally has gone down. I don't know what has happened, but we're producing less talented players from the local pool, and that is evident. Everybody can see it. It's evident. From we're going World Cup in 1998, 275,000 years ago, win a Sibaka World Cup. We have had great players representing, individuals representing our teams over those 25 years. We haven't seen back a World Cup. We have on the World Cup we see when we look on it on TV. See, even though teams who I think are inferior, we get beaten by some teams who are not better than us. We get beaten by Panama at one point. We never did better than. One time we couldn't beat Panama no matter what we try. So it's not as people are trying to make it out to be. We have to just be smart and just admit, say, listen, there is a problem going on with local footballers. I don't know if it's the training, the coaching that they're getting. I don't know if it's the diet. I don't know if it's culture. I don't know if because we don't have a football culture where everywhere you go, you see footballer play like if you go to Brazil or Germany or France or one of these places where they have a football culture where everywhere you go, you see footballer play. I haven't seen that going on. We don't have a deluge of 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 academies or small fields that players can go and have, good quality fields that they can go and play, even some AstroTurf or whatever it may be, to develop their close control. Me not see that. So I have a serious problem with what is going on locally, and I have seen developments. I think we're gonna see some good talents coming through maybe the next 5 years or so, but them not reach it. You know what I mean? We are looking at the JPL as if the JPL is not a good league, and that is evident by if you ask about all of them, the coach them, all of them, it is not a good league as people make it out to be. It's the greatest league in the Caribbean, and they can brag about saying it's the best league in the Caribbean, but that's like saying you're a one-eyed man. I have the best vision.
The best league in the Caribbean, that is as what I've said today, that is kind of not actually accurate. It come on the list, they only said that to you on the list. You understand me? But you have to always put things into context. And I put places into context today. 80 never playing a damn football. You understand me? And 80 Violet actually the number one ranked team. You understand me? But problem is in 80 they're not playing in the football. So only because Violet playing more games and going into other competition, they got more points. So they're not gonna tell you that lie, because what they do in Jamaica is they sell a lies and don't give it nothing towards it. So really and truly, Violet come here, Violet will beat up everybody because them beat up the two best teams. But we have the other day and go on to beat up MLS team and go beat up Mexican team. You
right, that's so my point.
We need to actually talk with the context. Not
come
you,
on now, no, JD.
Talk with them.
We reason with facts, right? So we sit in and we reason with facts. Now, if you are going to present something and you're going to make a big talk, like a colossal talk, yeah man, me a big talk is me I make. You must be able to back it up with some form of evidence. Now, if you're saying that the JPL is this great and we're producing this great amount of players, why aren't scouts flocking the shores of Jamaica looking for this great amount of talent that's playing in the JPL? They are not there, my G. They are not there. At a Bygrave score how much goal for the season? Bygrave score how much goal for the season?
But Jamaican good, we want to make sure the people actually understand what he says.
No. That's what I try to get to in a JD. Me say all of that for make a point. The point that I'm trying to make is that this 50-man squad that we have assembled, and we're saying that this is the pool that we're going to pick from. No JPL player in there. No JPL player not to be up for Wembley. Only for play ball, work hard, develop on the skills so that somebody can come and get from these shores and bring it to a better league. Even USL, my brother. Yeah. Me rather player from USL than a player we're playing in a JPL in general. Once you're good enough, you have to leave Jamaica and go play in a better league. That's what I talk about. Reaction time is an important factor. Pace is an important factor. Decision making is an important factor. First touch is an important factor. Goal scoring ability and natural innate instincts are important factors for the strikers. Then we are here. Something is going on here, and I do not know what it is. I cannot tell you. But what we can say to you is this: we're nowhere close to the world beaters that some people will have us to believe. We're nowhere close to that. In no age group, 15, 17, 20, 23, 100. We're nowhere close to nobody else, and we need to accept that locally and say, listen, if anything, JD, may I tell you something weird? If anything other than no is no with our big flag, one Jamaica flag with half fight a Jamaica flag and half fight at the UK flag, at the England flag. And I know if you with a big flag if we calling every Jamaican, because now is when we have the worst as it relates to local talent, bro.
All right.
When last ever striker scored 20 goals in a JPL season, in general?
Yeah.
When last ever striker scoring 20 goals in a when last ever local player? Go ahead.
Because we're not rush it, you know. People, we have 130 people here. Get it over 100 likes so we can go to 200 likes, or we can continue the conversation. If you like what we're doing, support the thing. So when you come on, it should be mandated to come here. We're there in another space long enough, and we run it. So just get the thing up for we actually can continue the show. This is what Mr. Chris Williams had to say on Sports Explosion, I think. Yes, because that's what I've gotten. His statement was based off he doesn't understand why we are trying to dig up everybody. We have the last DNA print to be classed as a Jamaican to bring them here. We should be trying to replicate track and field. So the same thing that we can do dominant in track and field, we should make sure that is the route going forward for Jamaica. So that is the statement he made right there. Because he doesn't see why we have to be depending on these players. So it's like 4 to 5 of them saying the same thing. But he's a man in position of the JPL. You understand me? And if you're in control of football and be saying that, when you don't know the actual additional things towards Jamaica getting these players, because if you qualify anything they do good, these players put back the eyes on actual local players. If they qualified for the World Cup, local players that get help. These Mikel Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, they are the biggest representatives in the English Premier League, the biggest league in the world. So them coming to help Jamaica. Jamaica not helping Mikel Antonio or Ethan Pinnock one bit. They are helping Jamaica and they're helping the Jamaicans, them that you're trying to say you're supporting. But reality, you're actually putting them down, because pushing these guys away, that's taking away the limelight that persons that Jamaica gonna just talk about, which is scouts, won't even pay attention to. Every time Jamaica get a contract to get a game, the first thing the other country report on, Mikel Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, Leon Bailey, Bobby Reid will be on the action on display to come and play the game with us. That's why Uruguay turned us down. And that's why a lot of teams never wanted to play us, because we said we are going to give them substandard teams. You understand me? So they are the ones putting money in our pocket, and they are the ones giving us an opportunity to even reach somewhere, because they have the actual talent. And but I know what hurts them even more. It hurts them more because we are out here putting out video. That bar store that you have on the thing, he's at Chelsea now and he's like 19, 20, 19. It looks like it's going to be too long for them to have the high praise reign that they can beat them chest and say, yeah, Jamaica the greatest, Walter Boyd, Gardner. You can't say that much now, because Leon Bailey is just as good as Damara Gray. Mikel Antonio is just as good, if not better than all of them, based on his actual achievements. You understand me? So you can't brag anymore. So it just don't feel genuine to them anymore, because we know our culture. We have to be honest to ourselves. And it's because of the ego-driven. You get me? I've heard him made statement that JPL don't have enough money to run the program, which is the JPL alone. You know how much it takes to actually get a right feeder program to bring kids up. Kingston Academy doing one of the best programs. How much money you say they say they wanted to start making stadiums and doing this and doing that? A lot. You understand me? So you don't even have that. So, when you're going to get the right standard to put in a queue to wait 15 more years to go to the next possible chance of a core to go to the next World Cup. That's why I say they can't put people in that don't know about football. That is my stance that I'm going on. So let me give back the room back to everybody, which is Jamaican Guna and our brother Odien. So you had finished Jamaican Guna? Just wanted to make sure we put that in.
Yeah, man, my guy, make that point there too. Me never finish, man, because listen, me, bro. I am a Jamaican. I'm a born Jamaican. I'm proud I'm a Jamaican. I wave my flag anywhere me go. Some man say them a Jamaican. If they want to run a Jamaican competition against me, enough of them are gonna lose, cause me wave that flag everywhere me go. You see me, I said to you, but the reality is this, bro. Me very patriotic, I love my country, but and that is why I'm saying what I'm saying. We have to call on the Jamaicans and who were not born in Jamaica to basically add quality to us. We are doing a lot of things upside down and back and front, bro. G. We are very close on the wrong side. The FFJ, them are do everything upside down and them are do everything back and front. While they're supposed to be putting all their investment or at least a big barrage height in the youth team, they're doing the opposite. They're trying to put all of the emphasis and wait on last minute and do all of this. Now, this coach coming in, I'm sure that there are people trying to hamstring the coach. Me not for ask because they can see.
Jamaican going to buy that statement. It's actually hamstringing the coach because the coach said that the JPL players them are not up to that level, so he has to go for the next players. Them so
exactly, bro. Once you're good, you're gonna leave Jamaica. Yeah, once you're good, you're gonna leave Jamaica, my general. Ask about all of them. Let me tell you. Once you're good, you're gonna leave Jamaica. The thing is that, bro, these people are them attack. You see, the thing is, you know, it's a classist mindset. You have some man who feel like the ball of them are idiot and them not a sense and them dunce. See him? Talk to the ball of them and you hear what the ball of them say. The ball of them want to improve. They want to do well. They want to go further with their careers. If they can, they want to. You talk to enough of the ball of them, adapt them say. You talk to the ball of them that have already made it. The record are full of them. Baby Gardner, Shaman Nicholson, Bailey, all of them man, their brother, all of them man were born on the side and decide to them want to be a professional overseas. You listen what them say. They want to do good, they want to do better, they want to improve. They tell you straight and plain, brother, when I go foreign, me really improve me things. So how is it that a man can forward on a platform such as this? And I say it no matter from Jamaica to like Jamaica is hidden there, like Jamaica is a back-a-wall place where nobody no go and nobody no exists. We have produced the fastest man and the fastest woman in history. Jamaica is world renowned. The overs, may I say to you, just for them two things they alone. We have one of the most popular music in the world. Jamaica is world renowned to a little Beanie Island. And that is where I get to certain man. Ed me, bro. So them feel like, so just because we're world renowned in reggae and we're world renowned in track and field, that means we're world renowned in football. Nope. We're not. We have to work like harder. And the people them like a Michael Antonio, a Pinnock, when they see them thing come up, brother, pan, and them bring up the starting 11s them. And you see the big black, gold and green flag they do them when Billy forward up, and when Pinnock forward up, and when Bobby Reed forward up, and when Antonio forward up. Brother, you can't tell me you feel proud in yourself, brother.
Of course.
Imagine if a country like Trinidad, they have 4 ballers playing in the Premier League, my general.
Angus told you, we can't hype like Jamaica. We have a bag of people with them just get after one. Well, he made that one forget them because.
Oh, you mean even that one forget them? You think them would when they have one ball play, when they have the tall youth, the tall forward, the Rasta forward, where they're playing in the Premier League. That all them answer. Where they play for Stoke.
Yeah, man, I know. When we were getting remember me, man. Remember
Rasta forward.
No, me meet him already as well. Meet him already. Yeah, me meet him already, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So when them have them ball, them get brag. When them have them one ball, them brag.
Kenwin Jones,
Jones. There we go.
Meet him already, man. Yeah.
So when the man have them big ball, them brag, and when we have 4 ball, we are going like we don't want the ball, them brother. I know if you call it the British ball of them before we have better talent, you can say, okay, we needed 4 of them and we can build a team around a local core because the players are playing locally and they can train together. International football ain't like that, my G. You get 3 or 4 days to train. You have to good for reach international football. 3-4 days, you don't get no whole season to train. And every weekend and every day you train 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week. International football, you assemble, you train for 3 games, 3-4 days, and you play a game. That is international football. So you have to go for reach there. So that means that when the coach say, go over there, so you know where you have to go.
Yeah.
You can't bring in some ball and play semi-professional against someone who play professional football week in, week out, and you expect the man to just forward in and come develop in the national program with only 3-4 days of training. Training in a professional environment. Have a local team, my brother, and then put the local team there, have them training maybe every other weekend or when there's off season or whatever. Right.
Like
do that. The local set together. That means and have them training within the same structure and the same formation and the same philosophy. That means that when a player is injured or a player is out, they can call in a local player just in case they're not able to come because their club are not going to release them, so on and so forth. That is what you do. And make these players work hard to get there. Make them work hard to come out of Jamaica, brother.
All right.
Glorify the man in Jamaica. What do I work hard to do? You can play them to drive from Kingston, go watch it.
Hold on, Jamaican Guna. Forwards here say, guys, make sure to smash the like button, share, and subscribe. Get it over at 100, get it to 200. We are going to be here for 2 hours, so support the cause. All right, track in and give your thoughts in the comment section. We're going to get to it. We want to bring in Odion in the conversation, but hold on, Odion. Track said, track and field module is different from soccer. Yes, but I know that for a fact. But we have to have the conversation because these are the people in control of running football. So if you don't know nothing about football, how is it you're gonna run it? Or if your mentals don't align with what's going on right now. Let me just say something to you guys. I don't know if the panel agree with me or nobody in the chat agree with me. The days of Jamaica being the cake of the Jamaica national team is over. It's going to be over. And let me word it properly. Not the days of Jamaica, the days of people playing in local Jamaica being the icing of the cake is over. It's over. Not because of just what we have at our disposal, but what the quality of other teams are. Because they are picking the best from overseas as well to come and play for their country. And they were already miles better than Jamaica. Already, i.e., United States going for Balagan. They got Dest already. They got Musa already. They got Robinson already. And what they said, Jamaican Guna, no, we want more because we don't have nobody better than these guys. So we're gonna take Balagan. You get me? Even though he was born there, but he went to England, right, and stayed in England, so he was eligible to play for England. So they said, "Listen, no, we're going to give you everything to come play for United States because we saw in the World Cup just a while ago we needed a striker. So tell you what, we have a striker scored $1 billion goal and he can play for United States. You know what? Come, you're going to go to every big meet. We're going to give you everything, private jet with a name on it, jersey printed, big star come and meet you, everything possible on planet Earth. You have to sign for United States, and we're going to send the ballers them to get in their years as well. You have to sign." And him come out and him talk to him family and him sign. He's here playing for United States now. He's going to be playing for Jamaica. He's going to play against Jamaica instant. Look at that now. United States that has 330 million people added rapidly. Jamaica has 2.9 million people. Maybe reach 3 million by now. And look at how hard they're going to get players. And tell you what, we are getting the same quality players as United States. That's the sad thing. And we are saying that we don't want them because we can produce better than that. We can produce equal. What are you talking about?
JD,
That makes no
we're talking about the
logical
USA,
sense.
who is the biggest side in a Concacaf, right?
But
Jamaica
look,
is not the biggest side in a Concacaf.
yeah.
The USA, who have 300 million people, decide that, listen me, we are going to search far and wide. Out of them 300 million people are born in Panel, you know. They must say, listen me, if you're born in Germany to an army parents like the Tyler, when they used to play midfield. Look at short youth. In born in Germany. Him play for Leeds. Tyler something like that. Him.
Tyler Adams.
Him, right. In born in Germany. Cool. So we have these big baller them where them can draft for them. Remember, say MLS is a better league than JPL.
Yes,
Remember, say
that's a
MLS
fact.
is a better league than JPL. If you take
I am
anyone at
putting it up
MLS
as we talk.
JPL side them and show them in a MLS to play a 1 year competition, them get some 12 love.
I'm putting this as a talk. See, it's 400. The squad is 61 man pool is 24 million. Almost $500 million US dollars, the squad value now. And it has nothing. Most of the highest valuable players are players not born in America, are not grown in America.
Yeah. But first of all, greetings. I just get involved right now.
Yeah, man, get involved, man. We're trying to get involved, but yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much like Mr. Greetings, greetings, people in the chat. If everybody who know about football really paying attention to what's going on with the whole Jamaican setup right now, you will see that there's an agenda, right? It's not a coincidence that around the same time when we push out this pool of players, for one reason, that pool was created to eliminate certain players that the coach might be looking to include. But I don't think it's gonna really stop him. I think he's gonna go ahead and get whatever player he needs in order to be successful with this Jamaica national team. Now, going back to what I was saying regarding the agenda, people come out at a certain time and say certain things. You know why?
Yes.
Because other people behind the scenes pushing them to come out and say it publicly because they themselves are ashamed to come out and say it. That's what the problem is. And it's the same playbook every time. The same playbook every time. When we come up with a pool, are we bring in a player that is so talented that he's going to help the program. And then you have these like Kiev bats coming out and talking about, oh, we want sir. You know what? You know why? Guna said something earlier about the level of football in Jamaica not improving. This is the problem, right? While you have the Phoenix Academy and other academy in Jamaica producing talents and actually exporting them to play in good leagues, the JFF and the people attached to some of these clubs, especially the Chris Williams, they're saying this simply because whenever talented players come in from outside, it dry up them money where them get to sell on add on quote upon certain
Yeah,
contract clause.
where
It
they
dry
are
up.
selling players, Odion, where they are selling players? Because I have draft up a list from the other day. I've been researching, and when I'm looking at the amount of returns they got on players, brother, um, academy is making more money than the JPL made in the last 25 years
Yeah, I
on
agree with you.
players.
Yeah, I agree with you, JD. But guess you have to look at this though. They don't care about how much they're making as long as they're making something. That's pretty much what the whole idea is.
Yeah,
A
but the
lot of
academy, Odion, the academy making something outside the actual national team.
I agree with that, JD. But the point of me bringing up that is it's the mindset of getting a little bit of money regardless of whether or not it costs us a World Cup entrance or a person came out and said recently they rather not go to World Cup and like try to develop certain players before. And it's like that's pretty much the mindset of these guys. If you listen to the way they talk, certain talking points expose them. So the reason why I'm saying that is simply because they don't see the bigger picture. The thing is, as long as they're able to collect, it doesn't matter if it's $5,000 or $8,000 or $10,000. Them not care as long as them able to collect a liquor crumbs. By all means, sabotage the whole system. So that's pretty much part of what I wanted to get out. But you can
Okay.
respond.
No, it's fair. I'm just trying to pull it down to show people how valuable these players are. That's choosing America, choosing to play for America on the listing. All right, so you can see why it comes up to almost half a billion. Warrior says so the wide pool is to please the locals.
Yes.
Yes, and I can say yes. No, because I've been collecting information. Yes, it's to please them. You realized what happened? It's a lot of pleasing going on now. So you're not actually seeing the true. I don't think you can see the trueness of the coach as yet. It's a lot of pleasing going on. So the wide pool is for that reason. And you know why I know it's for that reason? Because before I heard about people not happy with the process and people came out and spoke. But obviously you guys don't watch every video. People come out and say they don't like that way. So in order for them to even accept that way, you have to put on others on it. You get me? So they don't feel comfortable for you to be picking 24 man and only four of it are local barn and those four not playing locally either. So the league are dead.
Really quick, JD, really quick. You notice this is the first time they ever came out with a big pool like this, right? You
Yes, yes,
notice
yes.
it's done for that specific reason. That's pretty much part of what I was saying earlier because it's rumored, not rumored, it's alleged. There's people behind the scene pushing certain people to come out in these public spaces and say stuff, but it still doesn't make sense because some of a lot of the players who go, I heard somebody making a case for um certain players who went overseas and come back. And when you look at the stats, it's not really adding up. One example is Lamar Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's a bad player or anything. All I'm saying is you got your opportunity. You went to the MLS. And now
Yeah.
you're back in the JPL. What does that
Mm-hmm.
say about a lot of these players who go and they end up back in the JPL? They're not meeting the standards. And if you're not meeting the standards for MLS, how are you gonna meet the standard playing against all these other top countries?
Facts, facts.
You know where we're gonna end up, right? If the people behind the scenes pulling the strings succeed with adding on quotas and stuff like that, and at some point, if they end up pushing away a lot of these overseas born Jamaicans who really want to play first, we're gonna end up back in the dark ages. You see how far USA gone? We might end up back if we allow them to get their way. We might end up in a space where USA giving us 8 and 10 nil. But if that's the route they wanna go, we'll see how it play out.
All right, fair enough. Jason said, Jason, Eddie Guna says, I think the Rasta have more locals because not everybody have the documents. But that's Eddie. The thing is, we could have named 35 players, and you wouldn't have none of these guys. I have no problem with them being there. We actually agreed for them to be here. You understand me? I have no problem because we like some of the guys them. You get me? We like some of the guys them. So I agreed on that. But they could have named 35. And you have a lot of guys that's actually better that never made the list none at all. You understand me? And Eddie, be honest. I am not asking you. I am telling you. Eddie, I'm not asking you. And when you hear me come out from before the listing actually went up, I told you guys a week before when you see the listing, you're going to see a lot of guys that you're not happy about. I told you that Flemings, I told you that my boy will be on the provisional list. They're going to be there. You understand me? So it has to be something that I knew before why I said that. And massive respect for the super chat. Big up yourself, man. Always supporting the channel, showcasing that you don't take our time for granted. So some of the people that's not putting any super chat because we don't come here and beg your money. But at least we always said make sure you make it worth it. Like put a like on the video. All right? Yeah, that's all we are. So since you don't have to give no money here and we don't want no money, all right? You put the like, so we should be ending on streams with 300-400 likes then. All right, so it's a free likes. You get me? Yes. So if I don't like you put, you can't put on the video. I don't know. Oh, you're gonna take out your money out your pocket, put on the video. You get me? Yes. Very, very simple. And if you disagree with us, you talk, and we can chop it up. All right. Let me get Jason said Eddie Guna, Norman Campbell, Andre Gray, Tyreek Jimenez, Kenroy Campbell. I can go on some more as well. No papers issue and further along in their careers. Yeah, 100%. You get me? Yes, 100%. Eddie, sometimes you're saying things just to say something opposite. But sometimes you cannot deny the actual truth when we have the evidence. You understand me, Eddie? You cannot deny the actual truth when we have the evidence. I think that's true. They make the excuse before they execute. All right. I don't know what happened if the man drop off. All right. Local man, not tactically sound. I don't even know. But all I'm saying is, we have to just you can't, and that's why I said the other day, look how I'm strongly becoming a prophet. What I said to you guys the other day, if we can't fit certain things and we don't have the mentals to go through what the coach want, why would hire the coach? Just fire the coach. Fire the coach and take the money what you're using to hire the coach and spend it, develop the players them. You get me? Spend the money to develop the players them. No, I don't know what happened with the panel. The panel just disappear. So they spend the money to develop the players them. That's all you need to do. Fire the coach, kill this thing. Don't call back none of these mans and pay the money to develop all what you want. Just spend it and do it. Because if so much of you guys have so much problems with these guys, like they live rent-free in your head, just throw it away and just call all you want. You get me? And see how far you reach with it. Just see how far you reach with it. Clubs are a foundation, all right? Maggie played 97 minutes in 4 years at UPenn. People always missed out. Can't have everybody. We know we can't have anybody, Eddie. But you're just trying to say something different, Eddie. But I have proof just like yourself in it, Eddie. All right, yeah, man. Fleming's on the list, but no Blair Turgott. Blair Turgott is not. They said Blair Turgott was injured the other day, but that has nothing to do with him not making the list because that was a couple days ago, just a couple days ago. So the list would have been sent out before. So the injury of Blair Turgott have nothing to do with the list. You understand me? Because they would have sent out the information before. Roof is injured, he's on the list. So what that says, you understand me? Yes. Sometimes you cannot avoid the truth when we have the facts here. All right. All right. Not to fire the coach. No, I'm saying fire the coach, take all of the money and go and put it in these so-called super educated know-it-all brain. Just give them all the money and make them go and fix it. And you see if them don't fix it, want to prison them. You understand me? Want to prison them. Because all them do is just full of big talk and zero reports. Zero. All right? Zero. Actually, William said he wouldn't pay a big coach big money, but instead pay a big money to a coach trainer in the island to develop our coaches. Okay, well, you see, I told you, so fire the coach. I told you, I said that before he came and talked, so fire the coach. Because I'm telling you what they want. Their ego is so big. Fire the coach. I'm telling you, I hope the coach hearing these things and just leave. And I hope the players them hearing these things and just don't come back and give them what they want. Because I'm telling you, all of you guys never will watch an next Jamaican game. You get me? I am almost sure you're not going to watch an next Jamaican game because it's these guys that brought you the hope. You get me? It's these guys that brought you the hope. I am almost sure it's these guys that brought you the hope. And the coach that just came on brought you the hope. But all of a sudden, you have a bunch of know-it-alls there that can fix everything. Embarrassing, man. you see, Jamaican corner. I've said the thing yesterday, and then this man came out today saying what I said yesterday. I know they think we are Jamaicans too, as well, so we know what they think. Once they're in the position, my God, man, I don't know. Oh, is it? As I said, the only way to go in this thing is to literally just get everybody when never born in Jamaica. FIFA just step in, fire all them Rasia, and just put in people from different places that's just working for their jobs. Just that they need to do. You get me? I don't know what happened to Jamaica. Everything good? All right, Jamaican going to look like he has some problems. Kevin Facey said, good afternoon. I trust that you doing well. I live in Philadelphia, bro. The hype start. I can tell you if Jamaica don't pick the right squad, it's going to be a massacre. Boy, I'm telling you, Kevin Facey, I'm loving that we can have a networking platform so people can see the real life. You understand me? New list is out, JD. No. New list is not out. We are just going over the list today. We did our first video and we're doing our second video now. Dr. Yer said, JD, so all these years they were developing players, but they are not up to international level. Yes, but maybe they have the sauce today. And the sauce came in only when someone else came to help. So the sauce came in only when someone came to help. The fans just need to chill. What are you talking about, Mark Allen? Someone will come in sometimes with some statements. They're just burning out, you know. So, Mark Allen, if you never listen to the story, you just need to just not say nothing, big man. May have just go at a war because you keep on say certain things. If you think what we talk, you know, like Mark Allen, you don't need to come back. Straight up. You get me? Yeah. No fan that need to chill. Because we are the fan. Because if I never people would even know who could have played for Jamaica. So we make this possible. So we're free for talk. All right? Yeah, man. And every nobody here are a fan. Everybody is a contributor towards Jamaican football because most of them inside this chat contributed more than anybody in the JFF or anybody in Jamaica around Jamaican football. So there is no fan here. Straight up. Keep on taking baby steps. It will get better. All right. Big up Mr. Blair. Let me drop back the link so the guys can come back in. It looks like they're having problem. Yeah, man, for burn up the one Markalan. Eddie say fan blow breeze. Yeah, man. I dropped the link. I dropped the link so people can come back on. Yes, yeah. Fan blow breeze. Yes, man. Tell one Markalan, man. Sometimes you know if stop act like you know sound good. The truth no need for sound good. All right, and that's the difference with me. They think I can't just stand up on a speaky spoke and just talk about flashy things every time. I can do that, but I don't need to because who are gonna understand me? Not the people when me I try get information to. Come on, man. So if I burn out the one Markalan, man. Wayne Sawyer said, JD, did you know that you have a lot of Jamaican and that don't want to hear nothing about the Jamaican national team? Yes. JD, Jamaica can beat the US in the Gold Cup, especially since we are bringing our MLS roster. No, you're not bringing your MLS roster if you fit everything. Oh, I am not up for the arrogance. If you misunderstood, you're right. What you're right. You may never misunderstood nothing. You needed to. You did it exactly for that reason. So don't come and act pretty and cute about nothing. But if you misunderstood, we already said we responded to it. We responded to it. All right, let me put it right here. This is what he wrote. So which other way we take it then? Which other way? Markaland, stop it, man. Sometimes you just want to be different for being different. See it done? You get me? Stop it, man. Stop it, brother, man. Talking about arrogance. Come on, man. What you, man? JD, if we fire the coach and the English players, them don't come back. By the first two games, most platforms would lock down because before even that, everybody wouldn't be here. Nobody wouldn't be here instant because I wouldn't run a channel. I would just talk about other football and I would be definitely happy because I wouldn't have to be fighting with Markalan. Yes. Seth, are you sure about that? Only called no. Seth never saw the full list. Seth they call everybody, man. All right. Yeah, let's continue. Other people can provide the clarity, Mr. Markalan, so you can ask them for clarity. Yes, so Jamaican Goon, are you hearing us now?
Yeah, I'm active, man. I'm active now.
Okay, no, because we asked you before and you look like you have some problem, you know?
Yeah. It move something along with the Wi-Fi a while ago, but it look like it's started, you know. I see Pastor JFF that. Yeah, big up yourself, Pastor JFF. Yeah, Chris Smith and the whole I want them, man.
Okay, JG.
The previous call, the way I say a while ago, I said, me disagree.
Yeah, go ahead, Jamaican Guna. No, I'm telling
you. Yeah, me disagree, brother. Me personally, my brother. No, if we have a call in a 50-man squad, we can call 50 players who don't play them trade in Jamaica. Me no want to because to be honest, if you're calling them into a pool, that means that they're an option, right? They're part of the options, right? Where them are doing them not ready for international football yet, my bro. Do well on the local scene, impress so that you get bought and you go away. Uncle you where even deserve a place is if you're gonna bring in a local you just to say, okay, yo, me just want to bring him in a pool so for merit. For say you do good in a schoolboy football competition and me I bring in and merit because we see as the future or the core of the future or whatever it may be. But no 30-year-old man, as I asked previously, right? How many goals that Tafarai Bygrave scored this season? In how many games? Could somebody provide me with that stat, please, so I can have more clarity? Because I don't know what's going on. Me want to know how much goal he score. I want to know how much goal Trevante scores. Trevante Stewart look decent in the JPL, but as I said, he shouldn't be playing the street. Here, even USL, right there, so 1.5 hours away, go find a side over go play for. We are in Jamaica. That is my point. If you're operating, we're operating a professional team. We don't have no semi-professional players in there. We have bare professional players in there. USL is the lowest level we can go. Find some money even from there. But no JPL player enough in the side. When they're in the side, they're taking space of somebody that is better than them, who is playing their trade somewhere else. And that's really a messed up thing. Like as I say, it's FFJ and everything is back and front and upside down. You understand what I say? Look. Every country is looking for players outside of their borders, their land, to try and find the best that qualify for them. Every country is doing it. Germany does it. England does it. All these major countries do it. They're finding players who qualify to play for them, and if they're playing their trade someplace else, and they don't bond there, then still want to bring them in our side and cap them, have them in the roster. We as a little beanie weenie island. So we bigger than that. We don't need that. When we have a huge pool at our disposal that we can utilize fully. And now is the time that we should be doing that. Because now is the time when we have less quality players coming through. The cake should be, I already made an analogy to a cake. This is my perspective. The cake should be made up of professional players playing their trade in professional leagues. Our cake, the Jamaica Reggae Boyz cake, should be made up of Leon Bailey, Michael Antonio, Ethan Pinnock, Bobby De Cordova-Reid, Omari Hutchinson, Dexter Lambekisa, Onandelo, these players, them player there. That is the core. And then now, you have some sprinkling of some other man on top of that. It shouldn't be having your side built around the less quality players and then sprinkling it with quality. How that work? You're making a cake and the ice is bigger than the cake.
Agreed, bossy. Agreed.
You understand what I'm trying to say to you, JD? Yeah, so me not get it. It's an upside down FFJ kind of mindset, bro. Me not understand that, bro. Me feel like so if we get, now is the time we go seek out some. It seem like what you see the coach come in and doing. Omari Hutchinson, Lambekisa, Badle Morgan, the goalie, the goalie name again, the under 20 goalie. Them look man there. Them look man if you are coming inside, you know. At them man if you are coming inside, and we are build the side around them man there. You understand me? I say the JPL players need to step up them game, perform well so that they get seen by scouts. Jamaica is not one country hidden in our part on beside one desert, one isolated country, bro. Jamaica is 1.5 hours away from US. We're right, yeah. So if there are great players here, scouts who scout players for a living would see them.
Jamaica gonna before you
same like how them see Shaman Nicholson. Same like how them see Paris.
Before you continue, Jamaican Guna.
Seem like how them see FIFA.
Jamaican Guna, you hear me? You hear me? Pastor, you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
One second.
Yeah, may I hear JD?
More you continue. Mark Allen, he seems to not understand what I'm saying. You never heard nothing what nobody said. So what you would do, just go back to the anytime you come on a stream and you don't know what I've said, just always just pull the video back and you will understand, because we have context. We have something in the life that context means something. So just listen well and hear what I have to say. All right? Yes. Done. Because when I've talked about that statement, you didn't even hear. So clearly you come here, look at argument, and you never even hear nothing. So just listen the video. That's why I don't do live streams, because live streams, people come in at all points and then they want the personal attention on themselves. All right? So if you think you want to argue or challenge someone, because I'm not dunce, I'm not average either. So I know what I've said. Just go back to the video and listen to it. and then you can challenge me in the comment section later after this video finishes. So we have 180 here. Please, people, just hit the like button to get us up to 200 and the video so the visibility could be here. We're going to be doing 40 more minutes. The pastor here, Jamaican Guna had this point, so we had to tell you that. So make sure to hit the like button so you get it close to 200, because that is the aim of the day, and 2 hours should be the normal standard. All right. So finish your point, Jamaican Guna. Sorry about that, but I had to make that in because I don't like sometimes people coming to set a narrative which is already false from the get-go, and I knew about it. You get me? Yes, but because of big egos, sometimes people just want to continue. All right. Jamaican Guna, continue. Let me finish. And let us move on.
Yeah. So JD, I can say, bro.
Great legendary take. You understand?
Yeah. So more. Now I just wrap it up quick and fast, my general. Yeah. You know, say yeah, man. I've done the talk before pastor talk. You know, and pastor starting them and alone preaching. You know, and I left out of the sermon until tomorrow. You understand? So so yeah, man. But yeah, JD. So look, I don't know what is going on. As I said to you, I made it very clear my personal opinion on this months ago, maybe. I say if the final roster is dwindled down, and when me look, me see a JPL player in it, that means I know say it's not the coach calling the shots. People I walk around with and I push them hand over them, I walk on the kerchief over them, like them don't see what I want. Them man I want to sell player, bro, and them man I get breakouts under the table, bro. That is just reality, bro, and that's clear to see, bro. This is just a corrupted situation, a corrupted organization operating, bro, and some old boys club kind of mentality, bro. You understand? Anybody who want to feel like they want to come rock the boat too much, them dash them, bro. That's a reality, bro. And it's clear as day as ever as we don't get any money from the sale of players. I lie them I tell. Them I get money legally because they can't get money legally because of conflict of interest, but them I get money under the table. Enough of them I get break off, bro. Yeah, if you get my ball in a national team, and if you get a thing, me broke you off a thing, me get 100,000 now tight. Me come link and come drop 100,000 and send 100,000 in their account when the sale come through. And them thing they are going under the table. It's not legal to do, but them I do it same way, bro. Why would now I want somebody who is a defender of the JPL to come against me with this. Just come at the hardest possible. Why would a player who is a right winger perform well in the JPL, leave the JPL, go someplace else to a better league? Go to a better league, playing in a better league. He don't have to be doing the best, but he's playing in a better league. So he's getting game time in a better league than the JPL. And when the Jamaica team is called up, he isn't called up. He's not even for a FIFA window. You know. He isn't called up, but a local JPL player is called up instead. What sense does that make? When you're going to call a player for a position, you know that you're calling this player for a position. He's actually going to squeeze out somebody else who's playing the same position as himself, because football is competitive. If Leon Bailey wasn't one of the best wingers them at Aston Villa, he wouldn't get in the game. If he'd have a baller come in and do better than him, he wouldn't get no game at all. He would have sit down on the bench and rub the bench all season. You understand me? Same thing Michael Antonio. Michael Antonio, they brought in Skamaka. If you compete against him, and Skamaka get 2 games.
Yeah, Jamaican gonna both of them.
But it's competitive. So you realize that at the end of the season, you realize that Antonio step up back, right?
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah, because it's a competition, bro. It's competitive. So if you're gonna call a JPL player, yeah, man, never delay.
A 3 second. Jamaica, you have to jump off. You have to drop the link and jump off and come back on, yeah? Because of the delay. So let me drop the link again.
All right, good.
So you can jump off and come back on. Yeah. All right. So Chris Smith said, JD, imagine the man that run in the JPL, Chris Williams, says he's not happy about Damari Gray coming in the team. Well, he was. We knew that was a fact because he already stated that his intent. He stated what he thinks should be the route we are going. So obviously we know that he was not happy about Damari Gray or nobody coming. He said it from the start. What they did now, they tried to give him an opportunity to see if he would have changed. But that he has balls. He has balls. So he's not going to pet and powder nothing. And I respect him from that. I don't like his take. I don't respect his take. But I love the fact that he has balls. Because the problem with a lot of them, they don't have any balls. They will switch their mouth up to make it sound good, but really and truly, none of them really like the guys them. And I know that a long time. That's why I've never changed my tune, because I know that they didn't like the guy them from long time. You get me? So I love the fact that he speaks his mind. I am okay with that. That's a real person. So he does not want to have this conversation after. Any day you see him, you know that Chris Williams, he's not interested in none of these guys. So even if Jamaica qualify and they are on it, he's not 100% happy about this process, because his way is the local man them for do the thing and get it done. And if we have a 1 and 2 man we're born a foreign and desperate for come and play Jamaica, come beg for come play for Jamaica, and then we accept you. We already understand the way how him take things, and I respect him and the way him stand. So I don't have to waste time with Chris Williams after this video. You get me? Because I know him not interested in nothing like that. I wish the others would have done that, because I know a lot of them, because I'm here for 3.5 years, and I know a lot of them, that's exactly how they think, exactly like him. All right, because I've been telling you a long time, but him just strong enough to stand up. You get me? Because it's the exact thing. Lance meant the other day too as well, because he used the same thing every single time. People try to twist his word, but if he has the balls, he will come up and tell it just the same. That's exactly what he means. That's exactly what he means. So people, at least I'm vindicated to show you that these mans, that's how they are. They don't really care about nothing else. So Pastor, go ahead. All right, yeah, man. Text Ra, massive respect. Yeah, people, smash up the like button, share and subscribe. Go ahead.
I would want to hear from Mr. Rudolph Speed if this squad, that provisional squad, does not make him the biggest liar on an international stage. Mr. Speed stated on this platform that they will no longer be building any player's career. I stated, I believe, a month and a half, 2 months ago, that while they are no longer building players' career, they are bent on building coaches' careers. I haven't heard him on any platform debunking that, because every action that they have taken has shown that they're building locally born coaches' career. This team, JD, as Jamaica Guna pointed out, as long as your name is in this squad, you are a player being looked on at least to replace some player should there be any mishap. So, every name on this list is supposed to be scrutinized. And scrutinized in a view as to the modus operandi of the Jamaica Football Federation continuing to neglect their duty to contact the players that continue to make themselves available to represent the country, who are of a superior higher standard than any player residing in Jamaica. But to ensure that they can continue to dump these players in the national program, they neglect to reach out to the players born outside of Jamaica. You cannot say it any other way. Jamaica can pick 100-man squad devoid of every JPL player. Can select 100-man squad devoid of any JPL player. But the Jamaica Football Federation and its bodies, who are acting as criminals, have ensured that a man who says he is ready and willing to represent the country, you take 2 to 15 years to get that contact cemented. And then you tell a lie that the player is not committed. After the player, born in England or wherever else, comes out on an international stage and say they are willing to represent Jamaica. The professional thing that they are accustomed to is that the country, knowing that they are willing, knowing the standard they're operating on, would contact them. The Jamaica Football Federation does not contact them because, JD, you have been correct from the get-go. The position of the football fraternity in Jamaica is that they do not want any of them to be in the team. And if you ask yourself why, the salient reason comes back at you. Because of their personal benefit from having the players born in Jamaica in the national program. And that is the simple fact. You can trace it anywhere, upside down, up any hill, everywhere, and you're going to amount to the same answer. It cannot be, it simply cannot be that there are persons who are going to willingly submit Alva's will to this squad when if there's a player marked as failure for the Jamaica program, it will be Alvas Powell. Divisive, failing to play your position, costing Jamaica blood, sweat, and tears. And I hear people saying, I am foolish to suggest Jimenez over Alvas Powell. Alvas Powell has run his course and failed. At least Jimenez is playing somewhere.
Hold on. Who would have said you're foolish to suggest Jimenez over Alvas Powell?
I will tell you who would have said it.
Hold on. But what I'm saying is, so how is it we can pick a player and talk highly of players that's not playing football, but yet still Jimenez playing in a league that are comparative, if not maybe higher than what Alvas Powell playing in. But yet still we can't do a comparison. So our selection is so flawed. But before you answer that, Gina Taper, if you listen, no, you can't listen in reverse. Just go back and start it. We were talking about Chris Williams' statement. So it has nothing to do with we are targeting any local player. It was what he wants and what most of them want. They came out and spoke on it. So it's not we making up story. That's what they want. You get me? That's what they want. And stuff. And Chris, nobody, I am not timing you out. I'm not timing out. I'm just answering to you now because I saw you commenting, and it looks like you never heard the thing. We're not talking and making up story. This is what people saying. So we're just reacting to say if it's actually feasible to happen. And to be honest, it's not. And we are showing that people still trying to work with them, but they want the stranglehold, which the stranglehold makes no sense because we have to look at the thing as a whole. You get me? Yes. So hope you understand. All right. So just I've answered your question. All right. Yes, I will answer your question, and we're done. So just follow the story from the start, and then you would understand what you're saying. Continue, Pastor. Sorry about that.
What people don't understand it, to the question you ask, who would say it? The persons who would say it are Chris Williams and Rudolph Speed and all the presidents of the parish associations and all of their supporters. Those are the persons who will say it. And here is why. Mr. Speed articulated, I believe he spoke out of tune, but he could not retract what we heard. So he was forced to repeat it. And I'm saying force in the exact definition of the word force because I asked him, I was on that podcast that day when he made the statement, and I said to him, say it again. Say it again. And I had to say it to him 3 times before he braved up enough to say it again. But this is in direct opposition of the general view of all the other administrators. The position of the Jamaica Football Federation is in opposition of the statement that Mr. Speed made. So Mr. Speed is then made a liar because what he articulated is in the best interest of Jamaica's football program, but it is not the motif or modus operandi of the Jamaica Football Federation. Mr. Speed, not no gosso. The Jamaica Football Federation is all about building the careers of the locally born, locally plying their trade players, and that is the JFF.
All right.
The JFF hate all the persons born on international lands. They don't want them. And I dare Rudolph Speed to challenge me on that because he has no evidence to show me otherwise. Everything we have seen has suggested, JD, that we are right from the get-go. The xenophobia, the wanton wickedness and character assassination and defamation of the players born outside of Jamaica has been perpetuated for years, and they have not stopped, nor have they reduced.
All right. All right. Let me explain. Taper in the chat saying that people get jobs all the while. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But Taper, Pastor has a point because look, when a coach comes out and say, oh, that player turned down a call up, knowing that we have this problem from 1996 of people finding it hard to accept the overseas guys, when you go and do that, as what you said, when they turn down call ups, which is not true, because a lot of things that people come and tell you, I know the facts that it's not true, and I stand up on my facts, and up to this point, nobody has proven me wrong otherwise. You get me? Because I will go as far as possible to get the truth once I hear one of them talk. You get me? And I stand in my conviction here and said, that is not true. Not care how much links them want have. I stand up and say that, all right? So when Amari Bell answered them and said he was not called, when they tried to ask Bobby Reed again about if he wants to come at the Nations League and Maps have to take the mic and say, yo, like you must say, what kind of question is that? We come here anytime we get called. That's what. So the guys them getting frustrated. So Gina, it's nothing to do with we. The guys them are getting frustrated. People, they more than back in the days, coming straight back to now. I've heard more than 15 of these high-profile guys talk about the same treatment. So we talking about it here. It cannot get stale because it's something that it's an ever-present thing. And the more they make these statements, it's the worse it gets on these players. So that's why, so that's why the other day, that's why the other day when you had Greg Lee came out and said that, listen to me, man, you know, send me, you give me the confirmation, and then just turn it off and not call me after I already signed up and nearly get with club in a trouble. You get me? It's an unprofessional thing, and that was done to get other people there because they already choose an next person, and they're saying that by the facts saying that they never wanted to take so much players. That's what the facts saying right there. And they already gave someone else the green light, and they don't care about the next party. You can't treat people like that. Just throw them off, and then they committed all of their things, and then they throw them off and have no answer to them. Because when they're saying they gave the answer, the club owner saying that they don't hear nothing from the JFF. And I confronted them, and they gave you stories. That has nothing to cancel what the next party said. So I had to stay on and say the next party is telling the truth. Because they came out in the public and said it. You understand me? So Tapia, you sometimes just listen to the facts and then you argue the facts. Nothing else. All right? Simple. It has been happening and it's still happening, and that's why the overseas-based players them start coming out and making people look. I'm gonna show you. That's a long time they are doing it. When Ethan Pinot them leaving the last time, Bobby Reed leaving the last time, everybody leaving the last time. The first thing, The first thing they said, every one of them, go back to and the last time the Ole played here in Jamaica. All interviews they said,
Even Mr. Glass.
Once again, once I'm called, I am going to turn up. Any competition. They specifically said so. Why you think all of them would have literally said so? You don't believe. So guys, you can't read between lines. If everyone you talk, they said once you call me, I am going to turn up. You don't believe that the people already know that you're going to make up story and said that they are not committed. Gina, I am the only person here. I literally made the JFF apologize for the lies that they told on Mikel Antonio, because I went so far to make sure West Ham and Mikel Antonio know about what they are saying when they were the ones messing up the guy's paper, and it made the entire Jamaica turn against him. All Jamaica news saying that the guy is not committed, and I was the one broke my neck. And look, it was not hard, it was not hard. Call West Ham yourself. Go on the social media. All of them, tell them, report the case, show them the proof from the main outlets, them like TVJ itself, to make them believe the story faster. So if they had wanted to get the information on the truth, they would have called. They never called. I had to do it myself, and then I came out and proof it right here. And then they had to come out and start talking about it's a misunderstanding, and someone call him after someone call him to pack his bag, someone call him to not pack his bag after. The Taper, I am here too long. The amount of things I've done here, believe me, the amount of things I've done here. Yes, so I don't need to get no position or work no way or nothing at all. I just want to see a game play and the best players them out there and them win the damn game. That's all I want, because I know that once you win the competition, Jamaica kids will be helped. That's all. And then crime and violence will drop off. That's all. That's my belief from the first day I came here. So when we are talking about these players, no make nobody fool you. This category and me set it. So me talk about what I want to talk about and have valid points them.
JD.
So yes, straight up. And that are facts.
Yeah, JD.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch I pray, You just bring up a very interesting point, Once upon a time when I look at youth and Jamaica qualify for the World Cup. Right? Me from a community where wired are going. You see me? I tell you the story before. And so Jamaica qualified for the World Cup the next day. The Prime Minister declared like a holiday. And some man were an enemy end up a walk run a mile part of the town. And we end up jump on a bicycle them and ride going for them part of the town, go bus buckle and have a drink. And that was the end of a big war. No police, no social intervention program, no politician never involved in it. It's just we, as a Jamaica say, celebrate this. We live to see history. We live to see our country go on World Cup. And the impact of that.
Pause a moment, let me say this. No, just pause 1 moment, let me say this. 1 whole day in Jamaica, 0 murders reported. 0 murders reported 1 whole day in Jamaica. So what you say, Guna?
All right. So we need some people to understand the impact of what qualifying for our World Cup or what it can bring. Football bring people together, right? So sports generally bring people together. When we are support, we support. You know what I mean? So let me tell you a thing now. It's a when we see some people that do some short-term thing and just think about the plate and not think about the pot, it hurt my feelings, my G. So sometimes you will hear me there and I talk passionate about it, because I have been out in the world and I've seen the impact what we as a small nation can have on the world if we put our heads to it. Similarly to how we put our heads to a track and field. And similar to how we put our heads to music. We can achieve great things. But you see, with people, we're just thinking about for them plate alone and not thinking about the contents of the pot. With them see man eat out. So
Jamaica, look, continue. You guys continue. I'm gonna change the computer. I'm gonna lock up this computer and let's continue. So
yeah,
and then come on the next computer, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So you say the point I'm trying to make is this. Look, the part that they so boom, I cook dumpling and banana in night. And a man walk up and spit in at the pot. And in a business boy, if a man spitting at the pot, you sit down there and wait for your plate. You know, really business boy. Yo, me the business boy spitting at the pot, dog. You don't know me there some more hours for my plate full, me good. But you're not pre in your mindset. So my spit where man spit in the pot, I go in your plate too. So the man had literally see Jamaica football and don't realize that the more visibility we get from these big Premier League players, as I mentioned 4 of them earlier, or big 4 Premier League players representing our country, big Jamaica flag pop up, Jamaica International. Feel good when me know say, oh, what a clearance from the Jamaican defender. Me feel good when me hear them thing, my brother. See? That impact there is the inspiration when we want the young baller them for look on and say, that's what I want to go play in the Premier League. Oh, me I go reach in the Premier League. That is what we want to sling on a med span. But enough of them and them now med span that in terms of the administration them, because them mess up the thing. And if you listen to every single footballer, from Leon Bailey to Ricardo Fuller to Bibi Gardner to all of the ballers them go outside of Jamaica to play football, them tell us that the administration had a problem. Leon Bailey came out and said if Jamaica don't qualify for the World Cup, it's the JFF fault. And I understand what he was saying at the time, and I understand what he's saying now. Simply put, the ballers them are good enough to qualify for the World Cup, but the administration is going to mess it up. It's like some people are trying to keep the nation in a certain control, that them can control it, so they make it underperform. You know, like people will give bad advice, Pastor. You have some people give bad advice so you can mess up, so that them can glorify and feel good in themselves. Jealous people give bad advice. So when somebody jealous of them give bad advice, these people are doing it and they know exactly what they do. And I've seen people within the JFF institution that I would say are decent people who have decent intentions, but they you know. Evil strive when good men fail to stand up. So if you are a man in this situation and you realize that this is not right, because when we have big ball, a play ball all over the world, we have Kaim Paris leave out and gone. He gonna take care of his family. He gonna help 3, 4, 5 more. He gonna feed boy. So he gonna help the economy same way. Enough man now look on the long term thing. They must look out them plate. So if we can do so, boom, and get some big baller from overseas, represent Jamaica, got World Cup, perform well at the World Cup. Not just go there and we'll just knock some drum and just up in some black, gold and green and hit that. We'll go there and we'll make an impact, because it are keeping in Mexico, Canada, and America. Me I got the World Cup, right? So me know say me I got the World Cup, God willing. So me just say if they're right there, so we're gonna go over there, we're gonna hold your vibes, and we're gonna make a bag of nice. If Jamaica got a World Cup, we are gonna there. And we are going to support the team. Now, when that impact is made, don't you think that is going to open the door for Jamaica? If you say, hey, Jamaica was at the World Cup and they performed well. Do you know that when Jamaica performed in the 1998 World Cup, we finished higher than the US? Do you know that? USA finished dead last out of every tie side in the World Cup. We finished with 3 points. USA finished with 0. Remember that, don't forget. Remember a little bit after that, a couple of years down the road, USA never even qualified for a World Cup, my brother. Actually, that qualify instead, Let's remember good. Just remember good, my brother. And them have 300 million people,
They were so broken, Guna.
My brother,
they were so broken.
The man them feel so embarrassed that them just mash up the whole country and say, yo, we're gonna build back football from 0 to nothing.
From 0.
There are restrictions, you have to pay for play, you have to do this and do that. Them just change everything, change every rule for facilitate more people coming in. So that's why I said no dual nationals coming in and all of this, bro. And this is a country, 300 million people. We have a whole, you can lift up the whole of Jamaica and drop in New York City, not state. You can lift up Jamaica.
We have less than 1% of the US population.
We're not talking about
less
US.
Than 1%.
We're not talking about US. We're talking about the highest population, the highest concentration of Jamaicans in America is in New York. There are half of Jamaica in New York now. Half. There is over 1.7 million, I think, them say Jamaicans living in New York. Half our population there in New York, bro. So me just make you understand so where we at in terms of football and what we need to do. This is what people supposed to be encouraging, but them man are not thinking about that. Them man are thinking about the big platform. Look, why you think Balogun choose US? Him gonna choose England and him gonna choose Nigeria. If him choose England, him gonna get a 1 cap and them dash me, and him not see back no more international football again. Him choose America because of what him can get. Him knows that him gonna be the poster boy for the World Cup coming up. The overs me I try to say to you, bro, we have a ball that we can look forward and say, yo, some little youth we are play ball boy, some 13, 14-year-old can look and say, Michael Antonio one away, a Jamaican that. He's not born here, but a one away. Because if my son born a foreign and him want to play for Jamaica, what me I tell him, say, son, don't play for Jamaica, because he never born on the land. And that any man where they are, so we are defend this. And that them I tell you, And that them I tell you, although them not apply to themselves, them apply to other people's kids, but them not apply to feed them kids. Cause enough of them have enough of them man in the era propagate this garbage of trying to fight against players who are born outside of the island. When if feed them child born outside of the island and them child want to represent Jamaica, them not gonna discourage them from do it. But them are discourage other people's kids. But them not discourage for them own. You understand the hypocrisy, bro? So this is when I try to show the man them say, bro, this bigger than just I look up just your plate. This is a country we're talking about, a nation, and this can move the whole this can move the needle in the right direction, Miji. Just look at it. Jamaica qualify for the next World Cup. I keep right this up. Right this way to keep. So we can go the match them. Match a play Ireland, we can go over them.
Yeah, you not hear me?
Yeah, I hear no God.
Huh?
Yeah. So
Yes, I'm hearing you.
We can go right. Let's go watch a match them in a general. And the man and I look and look on the impact we can make on the whole nation when it's a Jamaica playing a World Cup. Come on, man. Are you think about a look pocket? When World Cup the right, that's so right to Jamaica, right to America, right there, so right to Canada, right there, so 3 hours away.
All right. So
World Cup was 5 million years away when they keep a Qatar. And World Cup the 3 hours away, and we don't want to World Cup because we think about own pocket. We also think about a little food in our plate, and we not think about the big picture. To say bring in the best players, so make sure so Jamaica got a World Cup. So it open the door for other Jamaican local players. Jamaica's at the World Cup. Let's go to Jamaica and go scout some players. You remember after the '98 World Cup, how much ball them get by? Ricardo Gardner get by. Ricardo Fuller get by later on down in the news. Walter Boy did go to Swansea. Pepe went to Rushden and Diamonds are one of them side. Rainbow went to Scotland. Whitmore went to Scotland. All of them ball they get by, and enough of the ball them get by and get contract overseas and can go mix some and open up the door for.
And Andy Lowe got by. Andy Williams got by.
Jamaican good. Hold on, boss. Hold on, because nobody not hear me. Nobody not hear me. You look at me just gone. You just run away.
No, we are hearing you. We answered you that we are hearing you. We answered you that we are hearing you.
Jamaican good is gone. All right, people, big up yourself. Thanks. We are at almost at the 2 hour, but you don't know it go. If we check the likes and the likes not there, we can't see the 2 hour because we appear one light bill and no. So I feel like the video. So 200 likes on the board and get it up there. So let me get some comments in the comment section because I have a question to ask Jamaican Guna because now we lament on the problem. We are going to look at the solution then. All right. Yes. So Anthem, massive respect for the super chat again. Says some make no sacrifice for the good. They live for today only. All right. And then we have Mr. Andrew 55 said, leave the UK players alone. We need them. But who said we never need them? I don't understand. I think people coming in at some point of the video and then thinking that we are opposing to certain things. Just listen to the entire story. And some guys, that's how we do shorter version video. But because it's weekend and we said we run so we come on when we want. All right? Yes. So that's how we decided to do a second stream because we told it from early on that we will be doing the second stream. All right, yes. So massive respect for the super chat again. And then we have our brother named Dwayne Thomas. Thanks very much for passing through. Hope all is well. Okay, Garden said, bless up JD. It's been a while. I would like to know why no Johnson Clark and Reese Nelson, none of those guys, Reese Nelson and Johnson Clark, they said has papers so far. But Tyler Roberts, I don't know why he got omitted at this point because he has papers. Madasil, I don't know if his papers is finished. Malik Foster, I don't know much about him. I would have to look at that first. Yes, but it's a lot of things when it comes down to selection process because they're going to tell you all sorts of story. Say the coach never see this player. This is what the coach will be working with at this point. So all of those things will come into play. You get me? So they have a lot of stories. I'm telling you, you're gonna get a billion stories. You get me? So that's why maybe the switchback guy never got picked. That has papers. If that's the case, yes. But they always have a different story, and that's what we're discussing. So the way forward to solve this problem. How are we going to solve this problem? Jamaican Goon and Pastor, like what way we have to? Oh, we are going to solve this problem to make it work. Seems as if we already have these English players. We already have the coach that says he's going to work with the best players, which is these players. Oh, how are you going to solve that problem?
The first part of solving the problem is the JFF needs to be shaken up. There needs to be somebody or some people standing up in there who believe in the progress of Jamaica's football and not just believe in the progress of them pocket. That's the first step. So some shaking up needs to go on there, and that in itself is just words, because is a old boys club, and man I vote for them friend, and man I vote for man I give them favors, and all of them look a corruption the way in the voting process when it comes to the leadership of the JFF. So I don't know if it's gonna be the leader of the JFF, or it's gonna be somebody else below, but somebody or some people need to step in to inject some new ideas and a new mentality into the JFF. That is the first step, in my opinion. And the second step is for the fan base. We out here as a fan base to understand what is at stake here. If we do not qualify for this upcoming World Cup because we choose to be stupid people, and I'm saying if we choose to be stupid people, and when everybody else is getting smart and we choose to go back and front, we choose to start our alphabet from Z, then we are gonna feel it. We are gonna feel it, and you're gonna have some countries such as Haiti, or is it gonna be one of them countries that are gonna fly around and try to take one of the spot them where available to us, where we supposed to get, knowing that the big three is out of it. Honduras are gonna step up, El Salvador are gonna step up, Panama are gonna step up, Costa Rica are gonna step up, Nicaragua are gonna step up, all them South American countries that are gonna come for chop off Jamaica head. And all we are gonna do is okay, put up the JPL players them up there and then put them out there, and then don't call them local players and so on. And then we'll miss our World Cup, we keep right our doorstep. We not see one year for the next maybe 50 years again. You understand? So the first part, as I say, is fix the administration part, because all of the footballers, them that have graduated from Jamaica's football and gone on to greater things, have made us proud in the world. Always said that the administration is an issue, and the fan base needs to understand what we are dealing with and know that this is football, and the World Cup is going to be held at our doorstep. All the way who have our visa and who are able to, I want to going to be able to want to go over there, go do, and if we there so and sitting and watch it on TV while whole entire region, the whole Americas, everybody America gonna watch World Cup, and we sitting we are gonna be ashamed of ourselves, and we feel embarrassed, and everybody start complaining now. Let's fix it before it gets too late, in my opinion.
Jamaica Guna.
Oh.
I just want to comment on the last part of your second point. We the fans, or some of us that say we're fans, will be ashamed. The Jamaica Football Federation will not be. They would have achieved their set goal. The first point I would make to make this change, I would want to say to Coach Hal Grimson, the present Federation office came as a result of Professor Rene Simoes walking out of the cubby hole up at the National Stadium where Captain Horace Morel carry him go. He totally rejected what his employers offered him, because he is the man with the plan. So they must adjust to meet him having the plan. If Coach Hal Grimson allows the fact that Rudolph Speed negotiated him getting the job, and Mr. Ricketts is the president, therefore Adema PM, if he allows that to dictate to him in any way, shape, or form, he is going to be a part of the failure of Jamaica's football in 2023 and beyond. So, the first step in getting positive step forward, JD, in my mind, is Hal Grimson needs to emphasize the importance of him being the man with the plan. And him must make no adjustment. Every adjustment must be made on the side of the JFF. Hal Grimson nothing make none. You hired me, I have the plan, and this is what the plan required, and I don't want not even 1 grain of rice short of 1 pound of rice.
All right. And
Hal
that's
Grimson must therefore come to the fans and say, this is the plan, and this is what we are demand from JFF. And tell JFF not to give and see what happened to them in the office up there.
all right. So that's fair then. So we put up the list from yesterday, because obviously we're gonna do 2.5 hours, guys. So we're gonna give you an extra half an hour, and make sure to get the likes up to 200 by that time, so we can get the visibility out there. We're trying to put up the information on the squad itself, and we had picked a 23. We wanted to look at how realistic it is for that 23 to go somewhere. You get me? And what should be the expectations? Because obviously the next top teams, for instance, this is the situation for Jamaica. Jamaica is ranked amongst the top 4 highest rated teams in value. Obviously, value is not the main indicator to say how talented you are, but it's one of the biggest. Not say one. It's still one of the. It's still important to identify quality. It's still important to identify quality. Not going to say it's the sole thing, but it's still the indicator, because over the years Jamaica valued a lot of money, but yet still when we go up against El Salvador and those teams, they still turn us over with our heavy valuation. So it proved that sometimes heavy valuation don't really turn out into massive success every single time. But at the end of the day, these guys are not just quality on price tags. They are actual quality players in the region, because they came here and stood up and be counted. Because I saw Concacaf listing going around, and before you usually have persons made fantasy lists and they have Leon Bailey on it alone based on performances. You start see Bobby Reed popping up on it, you start see Mikel Antonio popping up on it, you start see Ethan Pina popping up on it. So you can feel the energy going. You understand me? So what should be the expectation? What should be the standard of this team going forward? Even though, big up yourself, one love, massive respect. What should be the standard going forward? Like, what should be the expectations? We have at least from this point, we have Nicaragua and we have United States. We just showed the United States team, definitely the biggest and most expensive squad in the entire region. So what should we expect from this Gold Cup? What should be our expectations? Knowing the coach just came on and he got a few games, what should be the expectations?
Okay, JD, setting everything else that we have discussed already aside, Hal Grimson will have, let's say he takes our 23-man squad. I don't know the coach mind, I don't know who he will select. So I'm using our 23 that we selected as what the coach has.
Yes.
He takes those 23 with 7 other players to Austria to decide his final 23. That's 2 games. I believe any coach who works the salt already have 75% of the team settled in his mind in terms of the name of the players. This close to the competition, he should have 75% of what he thinks he need settled in his mind out of all these players that we have on this list. I am totally forgetting the rest of the players that is in the provisional list, the preliminary list. I am looking with this 23 and 7 more. There are some notable absentees that we didn't have, like Mariappa and Speedy Williams and a few others. Adai, the goalkeeper, that would be 3 out of the 7. Yeah. Not beating up my head with the 7 right now. I call 3 of them. Anyway, he goes to Austria. He has 2 games. He's going to play what he thinks is his best 11, at least for the first half, to get them some kind of chemistry. And then he's going to make, let's say, 5 substitutions. He's bringing on players that he wants to see impact the game, closing out 90 minutes. I might start with the same 11 the second game, give or take 2 players at most. And I'd do the same thing, trying to give all 30 players an opportunity on the park to see what impact they would have, and then divide. Then cut it down to 23. We're not talking about reserves because a 23 Concacaf say you're supposed to have for the competition. We're going to play USA first. This is a competition you plan to win. You're facing the biggest team in your group. They are defending champions. No matter how good you think the players in your team are, they have not had the together time of the US team, generally speaking. So your first thing is that you're playing your best possible game to get a point off US. Based on how you structure, based on what your players throw their blood, sweat, and tears and some skin to. If you get a point of US, I would see that as success. And if you get the win, we shout hallelujah. You play every game as a final because you need to get your team synchronized and playing as a team, because right now we have a squad. Jamaica is not yet a team. In all of my sporting experience, we don't yet have a team, because I am yet to see Jamaica put out their best starting 11 in any competition for any game. So I don't call us a team. We're still operating as a squad. I am hoping, though, that by the completion of the first round of the Gold Cup, we would have the best definition of a team that we have had since Schaefer was coach. If we achieve that in that first round, in that first group stage, I believe we will qualify for the second round. And then any team Jamaica buck up playing as a team in CONCACAF, having already played the defending champions, we are supposed to at least get a point off of them, including of the big guns, Mexico and Canada.
Okay. All right.
So I believe we have a chance to progress if we play every game a final and we maximize our time together on the park. I am not foolish enough to say we are Gold Cup or win Gold Cup, because Lightning have to strike one place or 3 times for Jamaica winning World Cup.
No, Gold Cup.
Gold Cup. Yeah. Get that straight.
Yeah.
3 times I feel like the same place where we do that.
Hold on, Pastor. Hold on. Let me just get the comments. What up, man? Said United States for the Gold Cup might look a little bit different. We're probably not going to bring our best, since most of our players play in Europe. So it's a chance might to see U20 playing. But we have the roster. What up, man? So I am not asking you if they have a strong roster. They are not going to feed a weak team. They are going to next one. Lifestyle, street life. Street life try. Say big up JD, big up yourself, JD. But one thing my brother say you don't like whisper. That's a lie. That's a lie. But my responsibility is to talk on Jamaica football and to assess Jamaica football. So I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you what you want. Your brother told your brother what he wants to hear. All right, I'm going to research and give you the facts, not feelings. So tell your brother that he needs to come out of his emotional state and actually listen to actual factual stories and go and research what I've said, and then come back to me with a challenging point to me, not about me, but according to what I've stated. Because up to just ask him what I said. Let him believe that I don't like whisper. All right. I think it's just they can't understand my statements because they don't have anything beside Mr. Butler says and what TVJ and CVM shows. And I am much more worldwide than that. So hope you understand that lifestyle, street life, try. So big up yourself, all right? Yeah, man. But nothing like that. That's a proper lie. We give everybody their credit that they do deserve because we are the ones that actually research everything and every player when we come here having a conversation. You understand me? And that's a fact. And that's why we stay on football topics every single time because we have so much information to talk on football. Fanaman, I said the expectations is to be able to compete with United States, Mexico, and Canada. And by doing this, we should be heading to the World Cup. All right, respect. All right. Antonio said he wanted to play for JA when he was 20, and then JFF tell a lie and the man say he never want to play. Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. But he cleared it up in Jamaica already. Nikki English said, your brother is the one that don't like whisper. He's the liar. Get the facts. Nikki English, but I'm telling you, at least the guy came here honestly, so he said it. So he will research, ask his brother, and then they will start out. So Jamaican Guna, give your point because we are running down in a time, 20 more minutes, and you know we're in a street sweeper, so we not do 50 hours. We have to do the 2.5 hours that we said, and we're done. You get me? Yes, because we do almost 2 hours today. So in total, we're gonna do 4 hours, and that is a long set of streams. All right. Yes.
Yeah,
Jamaican
man, just to wrap up, because I jump off in a few. So just to wrap up the situation still. As I was saying, earlier on, and I'm gonna repeat again. I'm really feeling a way about the exclusion of certain players for the benefit of others who are clearly inferior, right? And this is the provisional squad. Now, cool, this is all good and well. Let's see when the 23 is announced, and if we're gonna bring our best players there, because we do have the players to win. I think we can win the Gold Cup. We do have the players to win the World Cup. The thing is that our opponents, which are Mexico, the US, or the big guns, they are gonna come full strength. They might come for blast everybody because they want to try to prove a point. To prove to the world, say they deserve to host it, and them are gonna come for try to blow everybody out of the water. So don't think that the USA are just thinking about when the World Cup is in a them country. Them actually think about it now. So they want basically blow everybody out of the water. They want to win them regional competition and then move on to the World Cup with them safe. So as a precursor to the World Cup. So they ain't gonna play. So if somebody thinking that Jamaica is gonna feel that inferior side or a weakened side, that's madness as well. We definitely have to go all out to try and cause an upset, or to try and put ourselves in a position where we will be notable for the next year or so. People can say, where Jamaica going with? Same thing with Schaefer. Where we perform well, and the next year we perform well again. That is it, because he set the groundwork. So hopefully Al Grimsey can come and do something similar. I'm out in a JD. Big up yourself, faster.
Thanks
Big up all
again.
the comments them here.
All right, respect, big boss. All right, so Arivibe said, JD, there's reports that USA is going to have 2 different teams for the Nations League and Gold Cup. Yes, but that is a must. That is a must because the competition is way too close for them to have the same team. So they're going to have 2 different teams, but you have others that will play in 2, but not everyone will play in 2, but you have others. And they have a $400 million squad. So you know that it can stretch over 2 competition. Jamaica has a $100 million squad. You understand me? So if they throw it together, cut it in half, that is 200 million. It's still 100 million market value above Jamaica, just the same. So they will pick and choose. Their level is above us. We have to be honest to ourselves, and that's why we are trying to get there. via the route of what persons would say cheat code, but it's not cheat code because it's people that's Jamaicans, just the same, you know, and that's the main thing of this video, you know. Yes, so Jamaica should be out here trying to compete with them, at least, even if it's a weaker squad than what they could have faced. But that does not mean it's a weaker squad to compare with the Jamaica. It's just a weaker squad than what they could have actually listed. But they are that good and that high level that even their weaker squad is still comparable to Jamaica squad. You understand me? That's the big difference. So, Pastor, as you know, we have reached what 2:14. Give your final point on the matter of the day. We chopped up everything: Mikel Antonio, Ravel Morrison, the list itself, the statement of Mr. Williams, and the situation that Jamaica find themselves in. It's a good situation and it's also a bad situation. You will deal with all of those things. So hopefully you rewatch the video so you can get the context of certain points, because a lot of people came in kind of confused. All right. Yes. So go ahead, Pastor, and then I will take the rest of the comments and we out.
Yeah, JD, I don't like the fact that at this late stage, the few people, and I'm going to say they are players too, because they are, in the football fraternity, who are xenophobic and naysaying, and that they are this loud at this point. I don't want the coach to become, because the coach is an consummate professional. He's not used to this kind of thing. And the reality is, I want his actions to be geared or driven by his need to protect his credibility. So, despite all the foolishness going on, I hope Hal Grimson realize that he protects his credibility by engaging the fans and letting the fans be aware of what it is he holds as the plan. I don't believe we have gotten a full concept of his plan. We have heard him articulate to some extent at some of the press conferences. But in terms of what he's doing to get the cohorts, the team, the core players together, we don't hear that. This would be a slap in JFF face, but Al Grimson should not be afraid to do it. Share with the public the players you are interested in or the players you have met, and given JFF to go after. Let us know who it is you're interested in. Yes, England is going to know, or whichever country they are in will know.
That's Balax. Who cares who want to know? And that's just an excuse.
You understand? They will know. But the players that we have seen, JD, say they are willing to play for Jamaica. It don't matter if England come for them. And I'm going to use this as the example to justify that statement. Omar Bell is born in England. He's going to the last match to qualify for the Premier League. Jamaica has treated him badly. The Football Federation has. But the flag that Omar Bell has for celebration when Cargo at that match is the black, green, and gold. I want that to cement in Al Grimson's brain. To say, listen to me. These players have my back as long as me go after them. Omari Bell is all about Jamaica. It no matter when born. It matters who he has decided to play for. And JD, the moment, you know, I will forever respect the man walking up and down with Jesus Save. Rene Simoes won the people. I believe say only Captain Horace Burrell and maybe Reed in the win over in the JFF Football Federation. But he won Jamaica. And that is what propelled Jamaica to the World Cup. Because no matter how much mistake Rene make, Rene never do nothing wrong in the eyes of the Jamaican fan base. He had their confidence. Hal Grimston has not done enough yet to get the fan base be his supporter. And the faster he sees that, I believe it will be the best time for him as coach of the program. Don't allow the JFF to dictate to him, and I will say that no matter which player Hal Grimston pick, I am going to support the coach because I feel him job upon the line. But JD, I will say this to every football fan, and when I say football fan, I don't mean Jamaican fanatics, I mean football fan. On what metric is whisper in the preliminary squad and Tyler Roberts be excluded?
Oh Lord, Pastor. So Pastor,
me done. Me stop. That's I done.
Yes, and I'm going to done there because you're going to hear that I eat a player and I'm not up for it tonight. Will the US coach, US have a coach? Yes, they are going to have a coach. Whether it's a full-time coach for 3 years or is a next temporary coach, they're going to have a coach. Very important point, Guna, yeah, man. And if you take out the Jamaicans that was born outside Jamaica, this team were nothing about. I know that for facts. I remember the US won the Gold Cup with the we know that. We deal with that earlier on in the video. All right, so guys, please do smash the like button. We have completed a next cycle, and we ain't gonna be around for the rest of the day because we have to watch other football games and write down information as well, because that's how we keep ourselves sharp. So thanks yet again, all of the persons coming on, Pastor, Jamaican Guna, everybody that came around. Massive respect. All right, so take care, guys, and see you in the next one. Pastor, you have a good point, but as you know, for me, I am not even going to pay that any mind because that will have to come down to the coach. They have to explain their point. You understand me? They will have to explain that, and they are going to come with a bunch of gibberish. You get me? And then we will learn where the player is coming from. Sham 6, he has a point. So why he needs to go to the CAS game and one has to go to the main team. So I will not go to that. I think Tyler Roberts can make the national team just the same if one can go up on a provisional. I think he has a very good point. But I will not lament on that because I don't even see it important, to be honest. You get me? Because we make certain things more important, to be honest. All right. So people, take care and walk safe and stay good in on a Friday day and stay alive. All right. Yeah, man. Stay alive is very much important. Bye-bye.